Okay, we're starting quadratics, and expanding and collecting like terms is our first one. First thing we need to know is about polynomial functions. Now, polynomial functions look like this, of course. Y equals a with a little base of n, x to the power of n. So really these powers are the most important. A can be any number, but these powers, anything except x to the power of 1, because that's just a straight line. So x squared, that's a quadratic. X to the power of 3 is a cubic, and so on and so on and so on. But the A0, A1, all the way up to n, they're just called the coefficients. They're just the numbers in front of those letters. The degree of a polynomial is given by the highest power. It doesn't matter where it's written, but it's the highest power. So this one here, y equals 2x plus 1, that's just a straight line, and this x is to the power of 1. Okay, so this has a degree of 1. The highest power for the x is number 2. So this is degree 2. And this one here, it doesn't matter where it is, but the highest power of the x is number 4. So this one is degree 4. Just remember that because there's nothing shown here in front of this x to the power of 4, there's actually number 1 right in front of it. You just never write it. First example, simplify these brackets here by first expanding. So they've asked us to expand first, so let's expand it. Remember, we times everything inside the bracket by the number on the outside, and then we'll do this bracket by the number on the outside. So 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 4, a positive and a negative is a negative, 3 4s are 12. Then that times that becomes minus 3x, and the negative times 3 times the positive 8 becomes negative, 3 8s are 24. So then we collect the like terms. 3x minus 3x, well, they just cancel. There's nothing there. And minus 12 minus 24 becomes minus 36. The next one, expand this one here. So again, let's times this whole thing, which is 3x times each thing in the bracket, one at a time. So 3x times 2x becomes 3 2s are 6. And it's x times x is x squared. Then 3 times the negative 3 becomes negative 9. Then this one here, it's plus 2x times the x, which is plus 2x squared. And positive 2x times the negative 4 becomes minus 8x. Collecting the like terms, well, 6x squared plus 2x squared gives me 8x squared. Then we've got this minus 8x over here sitting all by itself, so minus 8x will be next, and then there's the minus 9 sitting all the way over here, minus 9. So that's expanding that one. There are rules to expand, so I've got two brackets, both with a plus. Remember, we do a times the c, and then the a times the d first, and then the b times the c, and the b times the d first. So that's the FOIL one. You just have to remember it. Example 3 says expand the following. Okay, so this first x with everything in the second bracket. Okay, so x times 3x gives me 3x squared. And the other one is x times the minus 4x gives me minus 4x. And then the positive 2 times the 3x gives me plus 3 2s are 6x. And the plus 2 times the negative 4, positive and a negative is a negative, 4 2s are 8. Collecting the like terms, there's no other x squared, so 3x squared is it. These are like, because they've both got an x, so minus 4x plus 6x gives me plus 2x, and the minus 8 is all that's lonesome. This one over here, I won't draw any arrows this time, but, no, sorry, I will. 3x times x gives me 3x squared, and the x times the negative 2 square root of 2 gives me negative 2 square root of 2x. Then those two, minus 4 gives me minus 12x, and the minus 4 and the minus and a minus gives me a plus, so this becomes plus 4 2s are 8, square root of 2. We don't need to do anything with the square root of 2. Remember, it's only the square root of 2. There's no x there. Collecting like terms. Now we can't do anything here because this is the square root of 2 and this is 12, but I might, that's what it seems like, but I'm going to change this. So 3x squared minus 2 the square root of 2x, and 12 is just 4 times 3. Actually, that's not going to work because I can't square root that one. Okay, so we'll leave that one as it is. This next one, expand it. Oops, that should be not there. It should be to the power. So I'll just correct that one. So expanding this one, 3x times 2x squared gives me 3 2's are 6. And x squared times x gives me x cubed. 3 times 3x times the 3x gives me plus. 3 3's are 9, x squared. And then the 3x times the positive 3 gives me plus. 3 3's are 9x. And then I'll do the minus 2 with all of them. So this becomes minus 2 2's are 4x squared. That times that one will be minus 3 2's are 6x. And that times that one will give me minus the 6. There's only one cube, so we'll leave that as it is. There's an x squared there and an x squared there, plus 9 minus 4 of them gives me plus 5x squared. There is a x there and an x there, plus 9 of them, but minus 6 gives me plus 3 of the x's, and then the minus 6 is all by its lonesome. You can use the expand on your calculator. You just go to algebra menu and then hit the expand button. There's the buttons if you just want to press the buttons. Type in the expression just as you see it. Okay, make sure you put your times in between there and there and there. I like to do all that. And when you hit enter, it will give you the answer. Okay, expanding this one. Now this one you can see is slightly different. It's got a minus and a plus, but it's the same bracket. So there is a rule here, and the rule says you only need to multiply these two and these two, because the two inside ones will cancel out. I probably gave you the rule a bit later on, but 2x times x gives me 4x squared, and the negative 5 times the 5 gives me minus 25. And the same here, same bracket, one's got a negative, one's got a positive, so the two inside ones and the two outside ones, because the other ones will cancel out. So x squared here minus 3 3's are 9, and the square root of 5 times the square root of 5 is the square root of 25, and that just equals 5. So now we've got 9 times 5. Sorry, that's just 9 the square root of 5. So there's our answer there. Yeah, I was right before. 9 times 5, which is 45. So we've got x squared minus 45. This one here, the same thing applies. Okay, we need to make sure that we multiply everything in there. I'll do it the long way. It doesn't matter that there's letters here. So the 3a times that one, times that one, times that one, then the b times that one, and that one, and then the c. But we'll do it one step at a time. 9a squared first, then it's got minus, because 3a times the b gives me minus 3ab. Then it's got minus 3ac, then the negative b times everything, so it'll be minus 3ab, and minus b times minus b gives me positive b squared, and the minus b times the minus c gives me positive bc, and now the c times everything. So the c times the 3a gives me plus 3ac, the c times the b gives me minus bc, and minus c squared. Okay, try and collect any like terms that there are, like this one, and that's got an AB as well, and I can't see anything else. Hopefully I've got them all. There's only the 9a squared, so I'll write that one. There's only the b squared, so I'll write that one, and there's only one c squared, so I'll write that one. But minus 3a gives me minus 6ab, and I've got negative 3ac here and positive 3ac here, so they just cancel. I've got a plus bc and a minus b, so they just cancel, and I've got everything else in there. So that's that one there. And they're your 4A questions.